So today I'm going to be making some melt and pour soaps, and I'm going to show you the process. So these are all my ingredients. I have my soap base, my oatmeal, my alcohol, scented oil, my measuring cups, and my molds, and my scale. And I have my water here boiling. So we're gonna start. So I'm gonna be adding these. I only did 2 of the melt and pour because I want to see how is it gonna melt. I don't want to add too much. And then when that melt, I might just add the rest, or just pour this out and add the rest to the measuring cup. So you want to use a spatula and just combine everything together to make sure that everything is being melted properly. You could also use the microwave, but I prefer to use the stove because the stove is just less headache and easier, and is also faster. So I prefer to use the stove to melt the base. And you just want to combine everything to make sure everything is being melted properly. If you do this in the microwave, it actually takes longer. And I like to use the bigger measuring cup because it holds more and it has more space for it to be melted properly. So I'm actually gonna add the other cubes. So I'm gonna cut the other cubes and add it to this. So I'm gonna add the rest of the cubes to the melt and pour. I'm gonna add the rest of the cubes and I'm gonna let that melt. And you don't want to have your stove on high because you don't want your soap base to melt. So and I really like this this measuring cup because it could hold a lot of the soap base. And I got this at Target, so if you want to get yours, you could just go to Target. I don't know if anywhere else sell this size, but I got mine at Target. And I'm just gonna let that melt, and I'm gonna keep on stirring it while it's melting to make sure everything is being melted properly and to make sure that nothing is getting burned. I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit and then come back and stir it again. And I forgot to mention that I'm making oatmeal soaps, so that's what we're doing today. So I did turn off my stove because the water was getting too hot. So, and I didn't want my soap to start boiling. You never want your soap to start boiling. So if you see that your soap is about to start boiling, or the stove is up too high, just turn it off or turn it all the way down. So I'm gonna transfer the melted soap to my other measuring cup because I want to speed up the process. So I'm just gonna put the melted soap base in this cup and let the other melt. So if you want to speed up the process, you could do that also. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna put it back and let this melt down. I'm gonna turn the stove back on. I'm just gonna let that melt down. And if this happens to get to a solid, you could just pop it back in the microwave. Pop it in the microwave and let it melt a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm gonna stir it so that it wouldn't get to a solid. So this is finished melting, so I'm just gonna add this back. I'm gonna add this back to the bigger measuring cup since it's finished melting. And I added the smaller measuring cup back to the microwave for about 30 seconds because it was solidifying. So I'm just gonna add it back to make sure everything is melted properly, and then we're gonna add the fragrance and pour it into the molds. Now I'm gonna add the fragrance, and this is coconut cream. I'm gonna add a fourth. And when you add in your fragrance, you want to make sure that you add in the right amount so that it wouldn't burn or damage your skin or your customer's skin. And you could find the amount on the website to where you order your fragrance oil. Ooh, that's nice. Now I'm going to be adding the soap to the molds, and then after I'm going to put the oatmeal on top. Well, this only made one. And now I'm going to be adding the oatmeal on top just for decoration. And you want to add a lot. And then after the soap is dry, then you just dust off the extra. So I'm just gonna spray the top of it to make sure that there's no bubbles when the soap is dry. So I'm just gonna leave this hair to dry, and then when it solidifies a little bit, I might put it in the fridge, but you could also leave it out or in the fridge, either way. So I went ahead and let the soap finish drying in the fridge, and now I'm about to cut it. And I did throw the excess oatmeal off. So this is how it looks. It's very pretty. So the oatmeal on top is a good exfoliator. So if you're looking for soap to exfoliate your skin, you could get soap that has oatmeal in it and use the top of the soap to exfoliate your skin. So this is how it looks. It's very pretty. And now I'm getting ready to cut it. So I took the leftover soaps and put it in a mold for myself, and this is how it came out. So now I'm gonna get ready to cut the soaps. So this is what I'm using. Everything is clean and sanitized. Now let's turn it this way. So this is how it looks. It's very pretty. So I'm gonna cut the rest of it off camera and I'll be right back. So I'm finished with the cutting and everything came out perfect. Everything is very nice and uniform. So 4 pounds of soap base made 9 bars of soap. This one is a little bit bigger than the others, but it's fine. So it made 9 bars of soap, and I'm gonna test out the soap on camera. So let me do that right now. So I'm gonna use the ones that I made for myself to test it out. So I'm gonna be testing out the soap, the lather of the soap. So this is the ones that I made for myself. So it has a good lather, as you can see. It has a great lather. So it lathers pretty well, as you can see. It lathers pretty well, and the oatmeal on the top of the soap is really good to use as an exfoliator. So like you could use the top of the soap and just exfoliate your skin in the bathroom, in the shower. So it's really good. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.